Let's start it. In this session, we are going to discuss about what is DBT. And before going to start DBT, let me introduce myself to you. Myself, I'm Sreenivasa, having 15 plus years of IT experience. IT and 18 plus into teaching field. So I started my career as a Java developer and moved to data engineering side. Around 10 years onwards, I'm working on data engineering team. I worked on various technologies. I worked on Hadoop, Hadoop framework, Spark, Spark with Scala, PySpark. I worked on AWS cloud and AWS data engineering services. I worked on Snowflake data warehouse environment. And along with that, I'm currently working on Snowflake with the DBT. So I have a very good exposure in data engineering side, a complete data side. So today we are going to discuss about complete what is DBT, where industry using DBT, okay, what is the purpose of DBT, and how we are going to cover this course, how many days we are going to take this one. Fee related, you can discuss with the DURGASOFT team. And here we are going to take 1 month duration team, 30 days. So entire this July it will take the entire July. So 30 days duration, 9 to 10 p.m. we are taking regular classes too. So this is first demo. Assume this is first class, not a demo, it's a first class. Okay. So total 30 days duration too, 30 days duration. So 9 to 10 p.m. is our regular class. Daily 1 hour thing. Daily 1 hour we are taking Monday to Friday. Monday to Friday. So we are going to take this is mainly see here mastering DBT for Snowflake. So if you want to learn DBT here, you need minimum knowledge of Snowflake team. So basics we are covering, but you need Snowflake knowledge. We are going to create a Snowflake account and then we are going to set up a tables and then we are going to set up a complete lab requirement for our DBT for Snowflake. So whatever required to work with the Snowflake, that part we are going to set up first. Then we are going to start working on DBT with the Snowflake. So that's what basic fundamental concepts we will cover. But this main course intention is Snowflake people. Target for this main course is Snowflake people. Okay, prior to this, you need to have knowledge on Snowflake. Okay, and this one is Monday to Friday team. Any technical related, you can unmute and ask me team. Any technical related, but class related, free related, you can talk with DURGASOFT admin team. Okay, yeah. Let me start first understanding what is DBT, and then let's understand what are the concepts we are going to cover as part of DBT. Okay. Yeah. Let's starting in this session as part of mastering DBT for Snowflake. Let's understand what is DBT. So first, DBT full form is data build tool. DBT stands for Data Build Tool. DBT meant for only transformations too. It is a transformation tool. Except transformations, it cannot do any other activity. Except transformation, it cannot do any other activity. It is a pure transformation tool. So it takes input from data warehouse and applies transformations and writes output again into warehouse. So here our data warehouse is Snowflake. So input is Snowflake, then applies the transformations on the Snowflake data, then we write output on the target in Snowflake. Okay, let me diagrammatically explain so that you will get a clear understanding. Okay, let's say this is our data warehouse. Data warehouse. Let me diagrammatically explain. Let's say this is my Snowflake. Snowflake. So Snowflake, assume this is raw layer, raw layer, raw layer. In raw layer, we are getting data. Let's say we have different sources, okay? Maybe file system, maybe cloud file system, maybe RDBMS, different sources. Data ingestion team, connecting these sources, then writing data into raw layer, raw layer. Okay, using different data ingestion techniques, people return source data into Snowflake raw layer. And once the data comes into raw layer, on this raw layer, we are going to apply transformations using DBT. Using DBT, we are going to apply transformations. So what we are going to do? We are going to do transformations and then temporarily we store the data into stage. Temporarily we store the data into stage area. Using DBT, we will load the data into stage area. Once we apply unit test cases and data validations, if data is successfully loaded into stage, then finally we write output into what? Target layer. So this is target. So in Snowflake, we have a raw layer and stage layer and transform layer or target layer. So raw layer contain actual data. On that actual data, using DBT, we apply transformations. Temporarily, we store the data into stage. Then we validate whether data properly loaded or not. Once we validate data properly loaded, then we move the data into target. This target data is mainly for downstream systems. Let me diagrammatically explain whatever we discussed here. I have created a diagram here too. See, these are different to data sources. Sources may be file systems like CSV, JSON, XML, Parquet, Avro. Source may be RDBMS like MySQL, PostgreSQL. Source may be NoSQL databases. Source may be cloud systems. Source may be cloud file systems. Data ingestion team, these people going to connect these data sources, then they will write data into data lake or they write data directly into raw layer of raw layer of data warehouse. Here data warehouse is Snowflake. Here data warehouse is Snowflake. Once data is loaded into raw layer, where comes into picture? We means DBT developers. DBT developer comes into picture. DBT developers applies transformations on the raw data. Then finally, they are going to write final output into target or transformed. Middle, they are going to load the data temporarily into stage area. Why we load the data into stage area? Before, see, this target data or transformed data become input to data consumers like BI people, artificial intelligence people, or machine learning people. These people directly display the data in their reports or dashboards. Yes or no? So if we directly load the data into transformed, that is going to reflect into reports. So before directly load the data, temporarily we load the data into stage area, then we validate whether the data transformed as expected or not. Once we confirm, then we move stage data to target. Then this data directly going to represent into BI or artificial intelligence or machine learning people going to consume this data. So as a DBT developer, what we are going to do, we are going to perform pure transformations. Except transformations, we cannot do any other activity. So main role of DBT developer is performing transformations. Next question. To perform transformation, what kind of programming language we are going to use? You may hear multiple transformations tools. They may use Python, they may use Java, some may use Scala. So different technologies you may use as a different transformation logics. Here, what kind of transformations we use? Okay. So first point here, no need to use any complex queries, complex programming. It uses SQL. It uses SQL to perform transformation string. It uses SQL. In that SQL, it uses select statement. DBT is a transformation tool. To perform these transformations, it uses select statement. So learning DBT, implementing DBT is very easy. So whether you are coming from programming background, whether you are coming from non-programming background, whether you are coming from computer science background, whether you are coming from non-computer science background, learning and implementing DBT is very easy. So what kind of activity we are going to do? Using DBT, we are going to prepare models. Model nothing but a select statement. This select statement may going to connect with either table or view. So DBT, what we are going to do? We are going to write select statement. This select statement going to associated with either table or view. Where it is presented in our data warehouse. Okay. So DBT specialized to perform only transformations. Except transformations, we cannot do any other activity. Okay, what kind of activity we are going to do? Input is our warehouse raw data. Using DBT, we are going to apply transformations. Then transformed data, we are going to again store into warehouse. Warehouse is our input. Warehouse is our target. Then this become input to our downstreams. warehouse downstreams. Okay. So DBT can be used to integrate with different data warehouses too. DBT can be used to integrate with Google BigQuery, Snowflake, AWS Redshift, PostgreSQL, and many other data warehouses. I given diagram here. Using DBT, you can connect with the PostgreSQL, you can connect with the Snowflake, you can connect with the AWS Redshift, you can connect with the Google BigQuery, you can connect with the Azure Synapse, you can connect with the Azure Database. So it supports these modern data warehouses. You can connect with the AWS Athena, you can connect with the Azure, Azure Synapse, Azure Databricks, Google BigQuery, Snowflake, PostgreSQL. Okay, so as a DBT developer, let's say today we are working with the Snowflake. Then here we written DBT scripts. You just change the connection to Google BigQuery. Same DBT queries going to submit to Google BigQuery. You may think there are plenty of transformation tools available in the market. What are best features of DBT? Why industry going to use DBT? First one, DBT is free. There are two software still. One, DBT Cloud, and DBT Core. DBT Core you can install into your developer machine. For DBT Core, you no need to pay single rupee. You can download, install, use DBT Core without paying single rupee to DBT people. But DBT Cloud, you have to pay. Free trial, earlier it was 30 days. Nowadays they are giving 15 days free trial. So once free trial is completed, you can create with other account, with other email ID. Okay. But enterprise people has to pay. Our company people want to take enterprise version of DBT Cloud, they have to pay. That's what same features we can get with DBT Core. So you no need to pay single rupee. If you go with the DBT Cloud, then only you can pay. For other transformation tools, you have to get a license. You have to pay lot of money to them. And many advantages. In separate session, we are going to discuss what are advantages, why industry going for DBT. In this session, we are discussing what is DBT. Clear writing, what is DBT? DBT is a data build tool, can be used to perform only transformations. You may hear the term ETL. What is ETL team? What is ETL? Extract, transform, or load. You may hear other term ETL, ELT, not ETL, ELT. Extract, load, and then transform. Our client may use ETL operations, or our client may follow ELT operation. Where we are going to work it in? Using DBT, we are going to work. Sorry. Using DBT, we are going to work at a transformation level. So using DBT, we are working at this location, transform. It may be ETL process, it may be ELT process. As a DBT developer, we work at transformation. So to perform transformations, warehouse raw data as an input, then we apply transformations. Temporarily, we store the data into stage area, then we validate. Once validation is successful, we again load the data into a target or transformed layer. So for this one, what kind of programming language we use? SQL. In that SQL, we use a select statement. So learning and implementing DBT is very, very, very easy to do. Okay, clear writing? Any questions here, team? One more point here, team. There are three demos, team. Three demos. So today is one, and tomorrow you can attend one more, and day after tomorrow you can attend one more. Thursday onwards we are continuing regular classes, team. Regular classes. So if anyone want to continue regular classes, you have to register with fee. Fee related, we can discuss with the DurgaSoft admin team.
Sir, I want to join Snowflake developer course. So whom I have to connect with?
Admin team. Admin people will help you.
Actually, I tried to reach them. They asked me to join this demo.
Okay.
So
Okay.
details that I can able to get it from yourself. I think so. They mentioned like that.
Yep, they will arrange. In this class, I am focusing on only DBT.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
So any questions in this DBT? What is DBT? You can unmute and then you can speak in, or you can write in chat box. Yep. You can contact on this number. They will give you about Snowflake details. Okay? Snowflake details. You can contact on this number. So
Okay.
they sent in chat box one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, one more doubt I am going to clarify. It. Let's say you started Snowflake. Let's say you attended one or two classes. Then in that class, in this class, I'm saying Snowflake is the prerequisite for DBT. Then you attended only one class or two classes, and you may have a doubt, can I continue parallelly or can I complete first Snowflake and then can I continue DBT? For that question, I am clarifying it. I said in this class, let me open, yeah, I'll open a syllabus and I will explain it. Before that, let me clarify. I'm going to set up a Snowflake database and Snowflake tables, schema, and lab setup too. That knowledge is more than enough to learn DBT. To crack a job, you need Snowflake. But learning, I'm going to cover a prerequisite concept that is more than enough. So title, once again, I'm saying Mastering DBT for Snowflake. So along with the DBT, you will get a more chances of, sorry, along with the Snowflake, you will get more chances if you have a DBT tool. Okay, yeah. Now, anyone having any questions, you can unmute and ask me to. No questions? No questions? You can write N in chat box too. If no questions, write in N. Otherwise, yes. If you have a question, write your question. May you do not have a idea on debating. You may be attending first time. So asking question also maybe have a question. So you can write that question in chat box so that I will clarify. I have 10 years of data experience too, so that I can clarify DBT clearly with all your doubts. Where industry using DBT, why people are going for DBT. Yes, you are 100% correct. DBT is similar to Informatica. But DBT does not require a Informatica kind of setup. No need of licensing. And Informatica, data moves from Snowflake to Informatica and then applies transformations. But DBT scripts are going to Snowflake locations. That I am going to cover in next class clearly. Yeah. Now let me open one more and then explain syllabus what I'm going to cover so that you will get a clear understanding. 1 minute. Yeah, let's starting. In this session, let's understand as part of mastering DBT for Snowflake, what are the concepts we are covering? Mastering DBT for Snowflake syllabus 2. So I categorized this mastering DBT for Snowflake in first DBT introduction, DBT cloud setup, DBT core setup, DBT models, Jinja in DBT, DBT macros, DBT snapshots, hooks in DBT, DBT test. Okay, these are the concepts written. Total 38 chapters. So first we start with DBT introduction. We are going to understand what is DBT, why DBT, what are advantages of DBT, what are prerequisites for DBT, how to work with DBT. Once you complete DBT introduction, you got a foundation. I can say foundation. Then you will understand why you are learning DBT. What are its advantages? Why industry using DBT? There are plenty of transformation tools. Why industry going for DBT? You will get a clear clarity after completing DBT introduction. Once we complete introduction, then we start with DBT cloud setup. DBT cloud setup. There are two softwares in DBT team. One is DBT cloud, DBT cloud, DBT cloud. So with this, we are going to create a account in DBT cloud. Earlier it was 30 days. Now they reduced it to 15 days. So one person with one account you can practice within 15 days. Once expired, you can create another account. You can practice. They want to charge single rupee for this free trial, but enterprise you have to pay. So companies they want to go DBT cloud, they have to take an enterprise and they have to pay. For practice purpose, they give us 15 days free trial. And second one, DBT core team, DBT core. So this DBT core, what we are going to do in our developer mission, in our developer mission. Let's say we have Windows operating system. In this Windows operating system, we are going to install Python, Then we are going to install one ID called VS Code. In this VS Code, through VS Code, we are going to install DBT core, DBT core. Then here we are going to write DBT scripts. So whatever you are going to write in DBT cloud, same we are going to write here, but DBT cloud, nice graphical user interface. Nice graphical user interface. Other than that, nothing. Whatever you do with DBT cloud, same thing you can do with DBT core. Whatever you can do with DBT cloud, you can do with DBT core. This one is completely free. You no need to pay single rupee for DBT core. It is completely free. So these two categories we are going to set up: DBT cloud setup, DBT core setup. Then we are going to see first Snowflake account creation, DBT free cloud account creation. Then we can create Snowflake with DBT cloud. Snowflake with DBT cloud. Similar way, when we are discussing with DBT core, we are going to see connecting Snowflake cloud with DBT core. And then we are going to discuss default DBT models. How to write DBT models. How DBT scripts look like. Both DBT cloud and DBT core. We are going to run this DBT models. Then we are going to start our first example of DBT. Okay. Then we start in depth on DBT. We have different DBT concepts. Very important concept is DBT model. So we are going to discuss what are DBT model, first DBT model, how to run models, what are different ways to run DBT models, then how to connect with Snowflake tables, how to connect with the Snowflake views. Then we are going to discuss various concepts of models, then we are going to see multiple examples on DBT models. Once we complete DBT models, next very important topic is Jinja. Jinja is very important concept. It look like this syntax. This syntax. Okay. If you write on model, if you create this syntax in DBT, we call it as Jinja template. So we are going to see what is Jinja template, what are materialization concepts in Jinja. Then we are going to see different examples using Jinja in DBT. Okay. Once we complete this one, then we are going to discuss DBT macros. And once we complete DBT macros, we are going to discuss DBT snapshots and then hooks in DBT. And finally, unit test cases. Unit test cases. Okay, these are the concepts we are going to discuss. It gives very in-depth knowledge of DBT. Okay. Yep, I am giving unmute option to you. If anyone having any question, you can unmute or you can write in chat box too.
Sir,
So
real time, Rajkishore this side.
yeah, Rajesh.
I need help from how you actually manage a real time scenario regarding interview. purpose. Actually, if you have completed this course,
Whatever examples we are going to discuss, right? You can say all these examples.
okay,
I've written models, I written snapshots, I written macros, I written hooks, I written test cases. Whatever examples we are discussing, right? All are real-time use cases.
DBT build and DBT run command also is there. No?
Yes, yes, we are, that's what it is separate. I said in here you can see how to run DBT models, right? Here I'm going to cover all the options.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
The 18th chapter I'm going to cover. So total 3 demos team today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow. 4th class onwards regular class. And tomorrow we are going to discuss very, very important topics. Why DBT, advantages of DBT, prerequisites of DBT, and then we enter into DBT world. So every class is very important. So don't miss 3 demos. If you like it, you can continue it. I have a very good exposure on DBT cloud and DBT core. So most of the people covers only DBT cloud. They do not have a practical exposure on DBT core. I'm going to cover both DBT cloud and DBT core. Okay. Any questions you can unmute and ask me. Otherwise, we will continue tomorrow.
Hi, sir. This is Prem. Actually, I
Yeah,
have one
Prem.
quick question. Actually,
Sure,
so
Prem.
the same transformation we have in a Spark and by Spark in the EMR environment, right? Why
Correct.
DBT is come across those kind of things? Could you please explain? I can mute. Thank you.
Yeah. First purpose you can remember. This one, PySpark can be do all these activities. Extracting, transforming, and loading. But DBT only for transformation. Except the transformation, it cannot do anything. First point. Second point, to run this PySpark, you need a separate cluster. Yes or no? You need a big cluster. You are processing 1 GB data, you need 1 or 2 missions. You are processing 1 TB data, you need more missions in PySpark. But DBT does not require any separate cluster. DBT going to use your warehouse cluster. Example, in Snowflake, we have a concept virtual warehouse, right? Right?
Yeah.
So whatever scripts you are going to write here, right? This script is going to convert into SQL. SQL. If you remember, I shown one screen connection object, right? Using that connection, it is going to send to your Snowflake virtual warehouse. It is not going to run your DBT scripts. Who is going to run DBT scripts? Snowflake is going to run DBT scripts. So data not moves from Snowflake to PySpark location. In PySpark, data moving from Snowflake to PySpark location. But here, Snowflake data not moving to DBT location. Are you getting point?
Yeah. Thank you.
So it utilizes warehouse resources to run DBT scripts. Simply it converts DBT scripts into SQL form and submits to that SQL to data warehouse. Warehouse will take care to process your query. Whereas other ETL tools, data moves from Snowflake to warehouse location. That's what you are saying existed transformation tools like Informatica, PySpark, etc. That I said tomorrow I'm going to discuss why DBT and advantages of DBT.
Okay, okay, thank you, sir. And one more, I know only basic of Snowflake. Do you cover what are the topics we need from
No,
Snowflake?
that's what I said. We are going to discuss only lab setup of Snowflake. That basic knowledge is more than enough to learn DBT. But to crack job in DBT, you need a strong knowledge of DBT. Whatever you have that knowledge, that is more than enough to learn DBT. We have a separate classes Snowflake. If you want to Snowflake complete, then you can join that Snowflake developer.
Okay, thank you.
It's purely DBT.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, team. That's it for today. If you have any questions, you can unmute and ask Naveen. Otherwise, we will continue tomorrow. Okay, we'll continue tomorrow.